name is Bo and I'm playing for Team Heretics. Yeah, we just finished our game against Sentinels and I'm feeling normal, like usual. I try to not get over emotional because job is not done. There is a lot to do still, like 2 best of 5s potentially.
Find a body and he does! Takes away Benji, backline open, Paranoia sent, Woot denies Sasi. Good trade for second. Trying to step down towards middle tonight! Huge from Rians!
I think Leviathan is a strong team because they have a good balance of players. Like they have passive players and they have aggressive players. Like the way their team works role-wise is a little bit different than other teams. The way Aspas plays Duelist is like a little bit different, but what he misses, like his teammates compensate. So that's why it works. That's why, you know, like he has insane performances and stuff, and as a team they perform really well. Like it's just the chemistry between them, like in-game wise. I feel good facing them again. Like once we got to top 4, we knew that if you want to win, we need to beat all 3 teams, no matter the sequence, which team we play after the other. So we were ready to play against Leviathan, we were ready to play ADG after.
Team Heretics, they are 2-0 up in this lower bracket final best of 5, and everybody's excited. We're excited, the fans are excited, the vibes are good. Who's having a good time?
I'm having a great time.
I mean, that match was insane. The overtime there, I don't know how Team Heretics pulled that off. After the amount of rounds they lost in a row in that second half, it's absolutely ridiculous.
I'm shocked. I mean, it just keeps happening with these teams. Like, they keep going to these overtimes, they're crazy back and forths, and this time around, though, Heretics is able to get it on their map pick. Just a really tremendous turnaround that they had. They made some good adjustments at the very end when they needed it in the heat of the moment, but it looked shaky there for a while.
No, it did, but I'm glad that we got that overtime. We missed it in that first map of Icebox. I was like, oh boy, it's going to be a very different story, but this one, it went the distance. It delivered on all fronts.
It really did, and I think that Leviathan, even recovering into this a bit, was so impressive because this first half, I think they looked pretty weak. They were going for a lot of these early set ideas, sending Aspas in off a breach stun, and so often Team Heretics was waiting it out, baiting out these set plays, getting the early advantage, and then closing out in these late rounds. Sure, we had some moments like this with Aspas clutching up and keeping them in it, but by and large, this was a map about Mini-Boo dominating the first kills and shutting down those set plays.
Yeah, and he's been looking so good. We were scratching our heads when they went up against DRX and we saw the pivot away from that Neon. I mean, you think about Mini-Boo, you think about that Neon, and you're like, okay, they're going into Sunset, their map, and they're making a change. Why? And then he absolutely cooked DRX. I think he dropped like 20 and 9 or something in that set. His ACS was through the roof, as you saw there. And that continues here. Showstoppers, maybe a little bit of work on those. But overall, the Raze performance and pivot, I like this from Heretics.
Yeah, that brings us to our HyperX reflex moment. And this is from Rians. We had quite a few moments, I felt like, in that map, Clint, that could have been a HyperX.
No, there were crazy plays. I mean, Aspas started to heat up on the Neon. He was having some amazing ones too. But this right here is so brilliant. The util timing, absolutely perfect. Wins them the round, gets the kill into Aspas right before it gets to half, and that makes sure that the defuse cannot come through. He was stellar, not just here in the utility, not just what we're seeing in this replay, but throughout the entirety. I think he ended as the top fragger for Heretics, and for the entire map, he is insane. One of the best players we have in the world right now.
If Team Heretics close out this map and end up winning that finals, I think there's a really clear argument for Rians being the MVP of Champions. This guy's had an outstanding performance every match, winning critical clutches to keep them in close games, having consistently excellent utility, and delivering in individual moments more than almost any other initiator player at this event right now.
I mean, we talked about it maybe somewhat jokingly at the pre-show, but this guy has been statistically the best performing player on this team throughout their run here at Champions, and that is continuing here on this Sunset and maybe into this next map here of Abyss as well, because he's going to be just as important on this one.
He is going to be indeed. And let's talk about this Abyss, because this was LEV's choice. They had a couple of choices. They could have gone a few other places. What did you make of this decision?
I mean, I think for sure in their minds, they have to be feeling like we can definitely do this. Like the mistakes we made against EDG yesterday, very, very fixable. Like Mimi was talking about early, the macros there. It's just some of those micro decisions, how they can clear some of those angles. Like EDG was giving them that space in mid and then holding like B-Link and other angles outside of mid. and then setting up crossfires there to try to deal with Leviathan's pushes through there. And so I think if you just find ways to either save a little bit extra util to clear those some flashes, some things like that, you have the opportunities to take advantage of that space and make those execs a little bit easier on yourself.
These two teams couldn't have more of a contrast in their year thus far. Leviathan, they were expected to be in these positions, to come out here and win at events like Champions. They haven't achieved that yet, and they're against a team who's now 2-0 up, who went into this year with 4 brand new rookie players and are on the eve of their second international final set.
I mean, this is everything for Leviathan. They have to now pull off a reverse sweep, something that happens so very rarely. If they can't make that happen, we are not going to have any repeat trophy lifters. No one will have lifted that Champions Trophy in the past. This is do or die for Aspas and Calm. And now that they start on that attack, my eyes once again do go to Aspas. Can he be that tip of the spear that was lacking for them yesterday versus EDG?
And this is an opportunity for Team Heretics. Every single best of 5 they have ever won on this roster has been a 3-0 Pansy and Steel. This could just be their time.
It could be. It certainly could be. There's every opportunity. But again, those grand finals of Champions are truly reserved for greatness. And now Heretics are one away. They've done everything they needed. A reverse sweep is required, Josh. I mean, LEV were heating up. They were getting back in that second half there on Sunset. Signs of life. Have you got faith?
LEV, they were hitting their stride, but we saw from Heretics what they were doing. They were delivering to us this new kind of new look, this aggressive, confident style. But when LEV started toying with them, that's when we saw Team Heretics. They got to revert back to what their old bread and butter was, what got them this far in the first place, and they were able to pull that out in a time of need. And it shows the depth that they have now. LEV, yes, their attack side was brilliant on that second map of Sunset. It needs to be brilliant again here, and they need to be able to close it out in that second half once they go defense. The double controller is going to help them with setting up these plays that was working so well for them on Sunset. Depositing players, causing misdirection, setting up these lurks that Tex is able to capitalize on. Aspas getting that front lines. A little bit of fight going on.
Bravado.
Yeah.
Just showing off the attention. And again,
scary.
This is just one of those reminders. And it's a rare occurrence that it's not about the journey, it is about the destination. And this time, one more map and it's the grand finals. As said, a rare occurrence. So you're going to see this hesitance, this caution, this slow, steady, meticulous approach. And Aspas, he's creeping closer. These two are the heavy hitters.
These
the 1-2 punch. Who's on the other side? It's Boo, the backbone. The one who's been keeping this safe at times, the one who's been securing Heretics these rounds. Pixel shown, and the trap is sprung. Tex with a great shot, opening up the map, smoke up towards heaven, spikes on the way.
Here.
Difficult retake for Team Heretics without the smokes on Boo. Sheriff's in play. And a stranglehold on these choke points. It's going to be so difficult to break through. Miniboo Rans have Sheriffs of their own. They need these fights. They need the win.
Okay, but Aspas still drops a body. Mazzino doubling down on it. It's Benji. It's just Benji. And he's got so much to do and doesn't have it in him this time. Leviathan get things started right.
A good start to their attack side, and already a glimpse of what they have in store for us. The split pressure. King moving up at A, breaking those trips. That pressure at middle with Mazzino's walls to get that just misdirection, that doubt put in the back of Team Heretics' mind. And it creates that opening for Aspas and Tex, the two heavy hitters with those Sheriffs in hand, to walk up and take that isolated fight on Boo at B, opening up the gates for the rest of the team. The start LEV need. Team Heretics, this is on them to show that they are worthy to defend against LEV's attack side right now.
And it is a totally different, a real stark contrast in their current situation. As said, for LEV, it's do or die time. There is no other way out here, really. You win it or you die. That's the simplicity of Champions now. And on the other side for Heretics, they've got safety of 2 maps. They can, you don't want to say sit back, but they're not fighting for their life right now. So there is that fire still smoldering underneath LEV. Aspas looking for a target, but doesn't find one.
super deep with this Outlaw, knows that just one bullet needs to connect to take them out. Right now, LEV has that map split. Into that A site they go. That spike is planted, but the kills, they want to rack him up. Mazzino, he wants to get to his ultimate. He's 3 orbs away.
Oh my
He can get all 3 right now.
Blood straight on through, it's Tex! Popping the hell off, 3 back-to-back with the Sheriff. And we asked a lot of Tex before, and he started to warm up. Now we're starting to really see him hit that stride. Double swing, and they hit. Now Spats prowling. Oh, you can't run away from him. That's 2 now for LEV.
This is when the game gets on. Team Heretics needs to start picking up the rounds right now because, yes, this needs to be a reverse sweep for LEV to be able to come back and win this entire thing. And already 2 maps down, that means that they've expended energy to get here, but so has Heretics. And not only that, now LEV is warmed up. Maybe it's one of those things where it takes a map and a half to get warmed up enough, but they're looking on fire, on point right now. It's a matter of, can they continue this? Same opening as Pistol around here.
King.
Normally
that odd timing. For now, though, going to be thwarted away. And actually, they look ravenous for this kill. Look how far Miniboo was willing to chase this.
But still, that's deep info right now for Team Heretics. They're playing aggressive and confident. This is how they open up the last 2 maps.
But I like what Mazzino's doing. If you're going to take over that A space, we can then try and pressure you to pull you back. We could split on you. We could crunch over towards A main. I like what he's doing. They've not followed that pathing, but it's pulled these players back.
This is going to make this entire half interesting.
So brave to stick around on this.
Switch off the line. The defaulting. Both teams just pushing each other back ever so slightly, gently, some resistance. But look at how soft this defense is for Team Heretics. Yeah. It's going to make this half so interesting with the fact that they're so afraid to play their 5-man retakes because there's always the threat of a lurk. Look how split they are. I've never seen them this spread apart before. Boo and Benji.
Here comes the punish. Boo, the position is pretty good. They've got to be aware there's a chance. They seem none the wiser, but an exceptional trade for Com. Keeping them with a good chance towards the site to at least get the plant. Now Benji's on island, overwhelmed, and the bonus looking deadly for LEV. That's a plant, and that's safety. Miniboo, Rienz, and Woot, they're not here in time.
This is tough. Again, Boo down, no smokes in play. Rienz is alive, Dizzy, Dart. This is their opening here with that Cove.
They gotta go now. They gotta try and close down on these kills. And Woot's done so damn well. He's got Wingman ready. Tex is there though, and Tex has been sharp.
They're going for the spam on the Wingman.
It's not working. I'll tell you for free. It's working! What a fumble! That was so close to being theirs, but it was the bonus. Again, if we talk in reality, it's not the worst situation, but Josh, I didn't like that.
It was good from LEV. It actually was pretty good. That wall coming up, if it's normally a player defusing, it's easy to spam them. That Wingman being on that awkward angle, allowing Woot to be able to counter spam through with his Phantom. That's what caught LEV there. But still, it got really close. That was a bonus. That defense was spread apart. The defenders at B got melted without enough kills. And it still came down to the wire. Team Heretics needs to be cleaner.
Bloody hell, Tex. He's a scary player, isn't he? The second he sees him, just swats him like flies. But does Boo manage to keep his life? He does. Big from Boo, but he could be traded.
Spot the arm.
Oh, he's dead to rights. Con puts him to his grave instantly.
Won't expect a third player here, though. There's no way they expect Woot. But they're going to drone anyway. They were thinking about it.
Went for the ult instead. Fair play. Woot's in a real spot of bother here. Like, what are you meant to do in this?
He can sit back here. It's so hard to flush him out. They have no AoE. One shot.
He can't get away, though. He stepped too far. Punished. Aspas. Waiting.
Okay.
Rienz gonna find Mazzino. I'm surprised he got away with that, but angle wasn't there. And actually, wards off Aspas.
Pass the trips. Calls the team back. We've
King
seen
doing
this.
King things.
We've seen this. He needs to make sure he doesn't go too far, though. On Icebox, he did overextend. Once got one tap snapped by Rienz, that Snowman. He can't let that happen again, so he's just going to hold his space, but the hat from Benji confirms that information, and now King needs the group. But still, 3-on-2. If they play this properly, LEV should have this round. The double... The double flank coming into play here. And LEV, they secure. Wait, they're splitting up. Why are they splitting up?
Whoa,
Why have they done this? Okay, just jiggling for
Okay,
info.
that's fine, that's fine. That made me nervous, but Benji is creeping closer. It's Aspas he's got his fight with. Com up against Rienz. Benji up against Aspas. Aspas wins his fight, leaving Rienz in a 1v3. Caution on the corner. Ducks away from the dart. He knows he's got to fight around this, and he doesn't fancy it. Dipping away, shifting away. He has to give this up. And again, we talk about the impact of King here, and I have to reiterate it, because in this, it's not reflected in the scoreboard. So people may look at the stats and not see the impact he's had. But in this round, he got far too close on that B side. All the meanwhile, he was pushing through A. His timing, great. Yes, the hat tempered him, but he still got them a free side.
That's the strengths of LEV's attack side right now. Yes, King has been doing it this series, but they have so many players that are capable of it.
Absolutely.
Sometimes they leave Aspas on that super deep island to be able to call everyone back and walk up and take his duels. Right now, this series, it is King though, and Team Heretics, they have to make a decision. I wouldn't be surprised if we see an early timeout from the coaches just to get ahead of what's going on right now, because their aggression put down by Tex. When they play super passive, they get all their trips broken. They're afraid of those late flanks and the retakes. What else does Team Heretics have in store? LEV, their attack side's unstoppable right now. I think they've lost 2 attack rounds basically since Sunset second half came into play. Aspas is still on that outlaw. And again, Team Heretics, they didn't have the economy for heavy shields all game. Now Aspas could rack them up.
And I do like the gun buddy on it as well, knowing who his target eventually will be. You'll catch a glimpse on that.
Another slow opening from LEV. We've come to expect this. The camera in that secret room just tapped on a timing from Benji to keep an eye on that. Here comes the info from Miniboo, but still, just classics in play. The Vandal on Rienz over at that B site. And here comes that split. LEV, pressure on A, the walk up on B. If Rienz gets to tap these B players out.
Ooh.
Okay.
Getting real
That's Harbor, that's
dangerous
Omen,
here.
that's Sova spotted over at A. Do they budge? No. Rienz, 4 players for the defense.
Wait.
Stay here. Tex,
Wait.
Aspas.
This read could be
30
everything.
seconds left.
The spike slowly coming over. They had no idea what was around the corner. Now with that surprise, do they back down? Do they surrender? No, they go forward.
There's no time to go back.
Audacious. But time, you're right, 18 seconds. They've got to speed up on this one. They've got to somehow carve the path. 10 seconds. They send Aspas in. Give us options. Give us something. Help me out. Ult's being poured on. Benji offers himself up for the trade. Selfless in the moment. The plan is in though. King and Mazzino got to dig deep on this. Mazzino, where do you go here? Fades it perfectly. Diffuse has started though. They got to get him off this. They got to stop it. And they can't stop the roll. They can't stop the diffuse.
Wow. That is a MasterCard masterclass, Thrifty, right there from Team Heretics. We've seen them try to pull out rounds like this, where Boo is on an island trying to make enough presence for them to go to the other site. LEV, they overcooked it. They were doing the same thing that's been working for them right now.
A 0-5 mini Boo sent them running. A 0-5 mini Boo with a classic sent them all the way around.
Rienz, the Team Heretics is so good right now at not budging. And LEV, if they accelerated everything a little bit earlier, they would have had time to go all the way back to A.
100%.
They didn't have the time.
Okay, Benji made himself a little corner to play out
pace.
of. They had no idea that he could have been in there. Benji put it on a show, put it on a class. And Mazzino and Tex, the back line of Com there, having to now work uphill, but they don't have any access. They don't have any layers. They don't have that look. So few options. Really difficult round.
Here.
All off the back of Benji in that cage. An evolution of what we expected from Heretics.
And LEV, it almost feels like a tilt call. They played the round so slow, they played themselves, that this round, let's go fast. They go fast, but they go into a trap. Miniboo there. Benji there. Trips are there. And now, 3-on-5.
Oh, Miniboo, did you see the cape?
Don't know if he saw the cape.
That might be
But
an opportunity at the time. It looks like Heretics are getting a little restless. They want this round wrapped. Mazzino
Spike
goes down. That could be it.
Unless the cape is Superman, there's nothing that Calm can do in this position. That spike is, it's gone.
Okay, this would be the most heroic play of his life.
There's no way.
That's one. 14 seconds. They need the spike and they needed it now. The hat on the body, this has pulled enough of the interest here. They now know 8 seconds. I think this one is done. Benji near on securing it. I don't know if he's going to be able to find Calm at this point. So the ace is not going to be achieved, but again, Benji in that position, set into motion. Josh, it feels like they walked into a trap, you're right.
This needs to be a pause in the action for LEV. Right now, they lost 2 in a row. Not the end of the world. But let's digest how they lost those 2. The first one, they went way too slow. Way too slow. They played themselves. Second one, they went way too fast. If they find that sweet spot in the middle, take that map control, sow in some doubt in the minds of Team Heretics, and then play that round with enough time that they could bail if they need to. That's where they need to find themselves. But a switch up, Team Heretics at mid with that Minibu.
Oh my god.
LEV walking into the Lions Den again. There's no way. Okay, the drone spots them out. Cancel the strat.
Good protocols. I mean, he still fancies a go, and they're not backing down either. Finally, it looks like they've accepted their fate and fallen away from middle, but you can see Aspas is still sticking around with Tex. Not completely relinquishing the chance of it, and Minibu, the readjust perfect, denies Calm an opportunity into this round.
I look at the setup, I'm looking at Sunset right now. This is exactly how Team Heretics plays it, with the same people, same spots and everything.
And I feel like after getting contact on those players, you know there's still a chance there in middle. Yeah, Woot knows it. Reading the game well, understanding what Aspas wanted to achieve here.
They're pinging it. You can see that they know that the smoke comes in, Aspas is lurking, Rian's picking up that angle. Ready to take that fight. Spots Aspas, knows that this kind of like lurk play towards A might be in play.
Tex!
B.
On the ult as well. They really want to try and make something out of nothing. You got the 2 rifles, King and Mazzino with them. All players basically on the A side have to scramble over. Woot back to the wall. There's nowhere to go. You can't backpedal now. Aspas puts him to his grave, creates opportune chances. As Benji now can't pick which poison he wanted. King puts him out of his misery. The plan's there. They made the path themselves, carving a way forward. But Minibu's already drawn blood. Location noted, however, makes this harder. Anyone dare take a fight against him? The timing! Aspas, when you need him most, gives Leviathan chance, gives them opportunity, and Boo needs to bow out of the round.
Speaking of opportunities, Aspas reclaims that op. Tex off the map. Oopsie. But when we come back to the drawing board, when we talk about what's going on in these rounds, this is how Team Heretics actually starts faltering on their defense side, is these splits on B site. Benji, Boo, whoever is there is so good at defending against the hit coming from in front of them. But once that split comes in from that side, that's when everything falls apart, because the position that they have when they play this passive means that they're caught between a rock and a hard place. They can get shot in the side. They need to be able to push and fight hard commit into either middle or B, to mid or to B main. They can't be caught in between both places. So frequently, Team Heretics gets caught there, but now Aspas picks up that operator. Minibu still gets his out. Now we're gonna see.
The multi-view replay on that form,
yeah, right?
It's like, it's not bad enough you got
insult
it
to
once.
injury,
It's like,
salt
no,
in the
double down.
wound.
But I like this. I like this kind of pressure mid more. I like the Aspas, I mean, showed how far you can get on that. Literally right up the gut through B-Link, pressure upon pressure, the rest of them splitting that B site. I'd say they are one of the most diligent teams in my mind at kind of playing this map out how I feel like it should. But what's my opinion worth? Let's see if Aspas can do it again. There's 4 players this time. He's got an army against him, and Minibu already gonna fight. What is
Convergence.
that? Absolute shutdown and shut out in middle. There's no more access here. Heretics hated that last round. They want no more of that.
Whenever we have a moment in the round, don't know who's there, DJ maybe. I need to see this camera on Benji right now over towards B. What is that covering? It's got to be insane information. LEV still 2v5, trying to play out the round. 45 seconds remain, and that ultimate on King as well.
Scary players alive as well. We've seen Tex and King both giving them opportunities, but that door still has to break. So they still have to give away the intention to a degree. You've got 2 players there ready to meet them. You'd need Tex to alleviate that pressure. So it's all about layers to this.
30 seconds left.
King's trying to create that opening for Tex to sneak through, but
Rien says the
Heretics
read well. The
not budging.
timing, they're trying to time this to try and split their attention, divide and conquer. Boo's not going to fall for it, and they know where Tex is. The intention, I get it. The execution, not going to work out. And slowly but surely, you can try and take fights. It doesn't matter. Heretics are back in the game.
The problem there is
There's
even
your camera.
if... There's
Thanks.
the camera. Amazing.
A wall. Classic Prius.
Maybe you get the 180 on that one next time, but oh, good. The problem with that around like that in the end is that even if you do end up getting a kill, let's say Boo goes down in heaven, the rest of this setup is symmetrical. There's no way. And I like how Team Heretics is realizing how LEV is working the map, spreading them apart, and they just realize, let's fight for 2 of 3 spots. We're going to pick middle, and we're going to pick A. B, we play the retake. We're good at it. Who cares? We got the Cosmic Divide. We're chilling.
I mean, they're learning in real time, though, because
Yes.
that was a very high priority area for LEV, and they're somewhat similar approach to it now. This time it's going to be Boo to try and handle it. They're going to prop up Mini Boo on the extremity on one side and probably allow Benji to then flex back towards middle here.
Great call from LEV. I'll explain why right after this fight happens, because Boo is going to get caught on a time potentially.
Oh my god, how's he? Oh, he's dead to right, surely. Surely he is. Tex with the punish and the slow approach, looking to get a stranglehold on this A site. The paranoia's gone in, it finds no one. They are on the site itself. A fight towards ZT, Benji wins it. Banging shot. Woot's still there, but he falls quickly to Com. The site now open and available. Rien's backs away.
Man, 3v3.
Mini
What
Boo.
better players to have alive in this situation? Spikes down, and Mini Boo's sitting on it too. Calm has no idea.
Oh,
None the why.
Calm.
Wait,
He has a look.
He's running.
Spike's gone. He's heard the jump. He knows
dash
it.
behind.
Com?
You know,
The audacity to turn around, but they've lost Aspas in the meantime.
For 40
Com,
seconds.
there's nowhere to go. They have to fight forward here. He's got to bank on King to find him safety, find him across here. And
30
King,
seconds
how
left.
good can you be? Not this time. Rienz is on it. The deadly trio.
and now they just wait for Mini Boo to come in. He's going to locate out where Calm is and let Benji and Rian close this round out.
Oh.
Hosted. Nowhere to go.
We're seeing that composure hit here for Heretics. But talk to me about the start of the round. There's something you liked.
I loved it because what has been happening throughout this series is whenever Team Heretics shuts down LEV somewhere, let's say they do an A1 round, instantly next round Team Heretics goes B and then expects
30
LEV to go
seconds
B
left.
into it. So
One
here
minute.
what we see is LEV tries going mid, Team Heretics shuts it down, instantly Team Heretics decides that they're going to go shut down a different area, A, B, they just pick a different spot, and so LEV, they go middle again, uncontested, find that opening on Boo, catch him in the back, they have everything dead to rights. That kill Benji got on Tex, Cypher on Cypher, violence over towards Spawn, that was the difference maker, because that allows Benji and Rian to move together into that retake, and it's just, how are you going to stop these guys? Yes, you had Aspas alive. Yes, you had King and Calm. And these are the guys that you look to in a lot of these situations in these mid-rounds and closing it out just by the nature of the agents that they're on and the roles that they play for the team. But it's just too much a tall order when Mini Boo's closing in the backlines as well.
Let's take a breath here. Take a moment. It's 5-4. The early start was good for LEV. Stake their claim here. Proved that there's a reason they went to this map. They're good on it. They're strong here. They play a great game. But the pendulum started to swing. Last couple of rounds starting to look better and better for Heretics. So the timeout hit. An opportunity to adjust, to bring in a new idea, to address some of the issues they're having. Because Heretics are going toe for toe so far, or toe to toe, with exactly what they're wanting to be seeing. They know exactly what Leviathan are trying to get up to. So what's the plan now?
And it's in those first 4 rounds of this map so far, I was thinking this is LEV's game. They're going to run with it. Boy, am I wrong. 5-4. Team Heretics has won 4 of the last 5 rounds. And Mini Boo feeling so confident with this operator, taking these deep lines. Team Heretics dealing with this mid-pressure so well, except for that last round. And LEV not finding any solutions right now. Again, they had that game plan on Icebox. It worked for a bit until it didn't. The same thing's happening here.
You could hear it from the crowd there.
The gasps,
The
the tension.
It's palpable. in these moments.
It's
The
okay.
difference that half can make.
They
Mini
know
Boo
about Tex, though.
respecting this.
He's behind the box. He's waiting for that rotation. He's listening for the noise, and he's waiting for the perfect time to strike. But if he mistimes on his camera and he gets the top of his head spotted by Boo here, if he drops, I don't see a way back for Lev.
Waiting, denial on the plant here.
Boo versus Tex.
There it is, and Tex wins. Hat comes online, and suddenly it swings in their favor. That pendulum apparent again. Aspas up top, waiting for the push through. You got a player down low in the smoke as well.
A cosmic divide. Lev's playing in. They know they have to play in front of us, stop them at the choke points. And here comes the retake. Dizzy in.
Hold on, he's still here.
Scan.
He evaded it. He's trying the best he can. Aspas only gets one. The trades. Woot, outrageous on approach, trying to be the bulldozer, but it's Boo from above. Time for the defuse. And Heretics taking a stronger lead now.
So well played from both teams as well. That fight at middle happening, Tex going 1-for-1 only, but realizing the rest of his team needs to play up and stop them at the choke point. The problem is, as they're coming through the smoke at the choke point, here comes a Dizzy and a Dart. You can only deal with one at a time, and the scan gets off and finds the opening for Team Heretics to flood out that spawn gate. And Lev, they're just unable to put them down. The trades go in the favor of Team Heretics, and another round goes in their favor. But Lev, some of these rounds are really close. It's not that their approach is bad, it's that Team Heretics is inching their way at the very last, slimmest margins, the last moments. Benji, don't get too greedy now. 6-4. Lev can still climb back.
Of course
The
they
Drone, the Hunter's Fury, and Calm's been so good with these.
The second you stop respecting and fearing this side, the second they can take it away from you. Aspas with a glance, but he finds no connection that he wanted here. Not able to find the impact yet. Being held at the door still. And now there's going to be issues. They get held up.
Two.
Hands of Benji. The 1-2 punch. But Aspas, surgical precision is not good enough today. Mazzino detained. They are left in ruins as Heretics running them down as Con, the last man standing here. A 1v4. Show me what you're made of now. He's got a spike, he's got 50 seconds, but the back line has watched. Boo.
Closing.
He's not letting you get
The
away
gap.
from this. He's gonna hear those steps, and he knows he's gone middle.
B-site's open, but again, plant, who cares? Your economy's in shambles. We have 4 players for this retake. And Lev, again, they're so close on so many of these rounds when they're doing it slow and methodical that they lose the confidence in their own identity and their game plan. They switch it up. And they falter. Right now, Team Heretics, a brick wall, moving together to find out where Calm is. It's such a difficult task. The plant open for him, though. If he lets
Show
him
us
slip
some
by,
magic. Show me some magic, Com. Go on.
the reads, they just know.
They know all
know.
too well. Him looking for those finest of margins to try and find an opportunity to play with, but Heretics aren't having it now.
So Lev does have a second timeout to use. They shouldn't use it here. There's only one more round. Is it worth one round on attack side? Unless they're going to get some value out of it for the defense. I don't think so. They should save that for the second half. So right now, Lev, on the fly, in-game leader, needs to make the decision. What are they going to do? Are they going to try to go fast again? Run into a brick wall? Are they going to try to slow the game down? Get into these really interesting situations, the 3v3s, the 2v2s, and try to just get that confidence back to close out these rounds. They have the players that are able to do it, but they're not giving themselves the opportunities because they lost it a couple times. When you're at these stages of the tournament, if you lose that confidence in yourself to be able to close these rounds out, that's when it's truly over. Again, 5-man group,
Repeat.
deathball.
It looks so similar, but different players this time. It was Benji and Rienz who were able to punish last time. Here, they've had to rescind, fall away. Leviathan have done what they needed to at least secure the plant. First, oh, big pick as well for Mazzino. Punishing Woot there. Man up to the good as well. This is way better. Miniboo starting to get curious.
There you go.
And killed by King. This is way better stuff. Starting to see real synergy, real teamwork. The crossfire is holding well. Mazzino getting maybe a little bit too overzealous in this, but they have the numbers on their side. They can take a couple of, I guess, riskier choices. As Rien's, yes, you can take down Com, but it's the rest of the team that was never going to fall.
7-5 half in favor of Team Heretics. LEV starting the half very strong there. 3-1. They started, looked very reminiscent of their Icebox, but they're going to be moving into that second half. They're going to be moving into that defense side. And Team Heretics has been looking so strong on some of these players. Losing the confidence on LEV is not what they want to have happening right now in this instant.
Confidence is key, and in these moments, that's where it really comes through. These two teams excellent in these situations. They've been in similar positions before, of course, champions on one side, but to tail with a familiar foe, why not head down to someone who's faced them both? Zelsis and Kaplan, joined by Jen.
Hello, everyone, and Coach Kaplan and Zelsis in the house! 센티넬의 캐플린 감독과 젤시스 선수 만나보도록 하겠습니다. 먼저 감독님, 어제는 패배에 아쉬움이 있었지만 오늘은 좀 편안하게 경기를 지켜볼 수 있을 것 같은데요. 선수들 모두 좀 어제 이후 어떻게 지내고 있는지 여쭤보고 싶어요. So Kaplan, yesterday was full of heartbreaks, but today you actually get to lay back and enjoy the game. So how's everybody doing today?
Very, very tired and trying to figure out how to be somebody who cheers in a crowd. Not used to that. You know, only know how to cheer in a coach booth, so I'm learning today.
좀 많이 피곤하고 사실 경기를 보면서 좀 관중의 입장이 돼본 적이 너무 오래 전이었기 때문에 좀 어떻게 하면 좀 좋은 관중이 될 수 있을지 사람들을 응원하는 사람이 될 수 있을지를 계속해서 연구 중이라고 얘기를 하시는데요. 그러면 또 개인적으로는 어느 팀 응원하러 오셨는지 여쭤보도록 하겠습니다. So who are you rooting for today? And you know, may I get your predictions?
Doesn't matter, EDG are winning tomorrow. But I gotta root for Heretics today. I mean, first of all, I want to have only lost in playoffs to grand finalists. And second of all, how can you not root for a team that all go on stage with matching Timbers hats? You can't stop them.
먼저 EDG가 내일 우승을 할 거기 때문에 누가 오늘 이기든지 상관이 없지만 그래도 헤레틱스를 응원하게 되는 게 사실 센티넬스가 헤레틱스한테 져가지고 좀 그나마 더 잘하는 팀이 이기게 되면 더 좋지 않을까, 센티넬스에게도 명분을 만들어주지 않을까라고 얘기를 하고, 그리고 이렇게 좀 티버 모자 맞춰서 쓰고 왔으니까 어떻게 헤레틱스를 싫어할 수 있냐고 얘기를 했습니다. Now I'm gonna turn to you, Zelsis. 젤시스 선수 만나보도록 할게요. 오늘 또 누구를 응원하러 오셨나요? Now, who are you rooting for here?
I wanted LEV to win, but they're kind of getting rolled, so I'm going with Heretics.
레브 응원하러 왔는데 좀 지고 있으니까 헤레틱스 응원하겠다고 얘기를 했는데 마지막으로 어제 굉장히 무대에서 아쉬워하는 모습을 보여줬기 때문에 좀 팬분들에게 한마디 부탁해보도록 하겠습니다. We saw a picture of you taking in the crowd one last time yesterday. So anything you would like to say to the crowd here and the fans?
You guys are amazing, and I'm so grateful all of you came out here, not even supporting Sentinels, but Valorant in general. I love all of you, and thank you all for supporting us. Buy the Sentinels bundle.
정말 센티넬이 아니지만 그래도 발로란트를 응원해주신 여러분 너무너무 감사드리고요. 센티넬 번들 사라고 얘기했습니다. Thank you, Zelsis and Kaplan, and back to the game we go.
Poor old Jen having to also then shill for the bundle too. She had to dive in on it. She's like, yeah, well, got to translate now. Smart work there, but 7-5, let's focus back up here. Heretics in the lead. LEV closed out with a little bit of confidence in that final round. Maybe a spark here to bring them back.
Maybe. We'll see. Only time will tell. Because as I've learned my lesson, these teams have so much to offer. You can never count them out too early. Miniboo keeps slinking up the gap.
Oh, but look at the support system on that. Literally everyone involved in the kill, but Tech's still here. Tex gets two! He couldn't quite get the third, but he did so well to do this much damage. And Mazzino's found a gap to work in. He's found two targets. He couldn't take them down, though. They stayed alive. And now we're in a 2v2. Boo, Benji up against King and Com. Boo down low, and now vision removed, but King's gonna have to get close! Gone with a shot dart as well. It is perfect.
Pistol on the board for LEV. The score is getting closer. Sunset got real close when OT. I'm thinking LEV might have something in store for them, but I like the opening from Team Heretics there. Moving up that right side, dodging the trips and the cameras and everything, getting in there. The first point of contact, it almost caught them by surprise. Aspas, no chance to play the round there. He is a player that you want alive to be able to shoot back, as you know, maybe using his teammates as pawns, as cannon fodder, as he can just go in and just wipe up everything. He had to sit back, lounge back in the chair, and watch the round develop.
Yeah. But again, this is the start the LEV needed. You wanted that pendulum swing, you wanted that momentum, you want a close lower finals. This might be the start of things to come. This round, Heretics, you're looking at the Ghost with Boo and just a Sheriff with Woot. On the other side, of course.
He'll be one off Thrash at the end of this round, at the worst.
Not bad.
Unless he falls off the map. But right now, LEV, they're not moving. They got their space. They got their control. They're happy with this. Team Heretics grouping up. They got that orb, looking for that second one. Woot getting ever closer to the Thrash, clearing out all the close angles just in case. There's no KO flash coming on this map. It's a double controller comp. And that is a second recovered orb. That means Thrash is one away. That is a death, a kill, or an ultimate orb. Oh, yeah, just a death or a kill. He's getting it no matter what. And Team Heretics coming back to that B site is just text to defend. Mizzino pretty close by to help him out, but still, it's a tall order here. If he gets flushed out by a Dizzy Dart, smokes the block off his teammates, but Mizzino should be putting up a wall here anytime now. 30 seconds remain in the round.
He's not looking this way.
He's not.
Okay, this is too late. They're already ahead.
Past it.
Oh, this is a mistake on timing, and Tex can get overwhelmed here, but Mizzino desperately trying to help him out, make up for the mistake and hold the line as best he could. Boo's punished him though, and now the plant. Woot's got ult still, if they feel there's a chance.
No way he uses it.
Surely
here.
not, but I mean, Boo's got himself a Guardian. Maybe he can make a little chaos happen here.
Bounce shock. There's no shock. Just the dart. Scans him.
Has to remove here a little bit. Woot try and watch that cross. Just call out the cross. 1 HP. He's down so desperately low. But Lev showing caution, showing respect for the other side. But a bounding Aspas does the job well. With 3 alive, the defuse is there. The threat is crushed. And we have an even affair on our hands.
With that plant, with a couple of those kills, maybe we get to see heavy shields coming out, denying Aspas the ability to one-shot players with this Outlaw. As the score gets tied up, 7-7 here, Team Heretics, they were using these death balls on their Sunset. It was working pretty well. Now we look to LEV. They need the reverse sweep, basically, if they want to be able to move on to that next stage, that grand finals. They need 3 maps in a row. They need to start here. They need to be able to convert this bonus round.
But you talk about caliber of players, you look at the potential to do it. They've got the pedigree. They've got the players who can turn up. We're saying this at the first time it's gone even.
Yeah. Fast hit, and here's the Thrash, round 3, and
Tex
throws his hat down on the way.
So damn good. What a shot, straight out of the sky. Oh man, that puts Miniboo right in his place.
2 Sheriffs and the Outlaw on this retake. Yes, they have the man advantage, but man, again, stopping them at the choke points. Team Heretics in their faces. Thrash goes again.
Oh, but shot down. Mizzino is timing perfect. Couldn't ask for anything better. Benji now called in, required to go above and beyond, and he's doing just that. That's a second body dropped. He needs to depend on Rienz to control CT here as well. Tex goes for the swing. King on the trade. But hold on. Getting closer now. He knows it. He's seen it. Benji keeping Heretics safe because Leviathan then got dangerously close.
I am loving this side of Team Heretics, though, that are getting in the phases and stopping them from being able to get any space. The disrespect. A lot of teams, they're in a 4v5 like this, they're against Eco. They might give too much respect. Barely caught in the back there as well on that Thrash.
Timing, yeah.
The reason why it's so important to be able to play with this confidence and locking down the choke points is that it shows that you're confident to not allow them any space into the round. And when you give too much respect, that's when you start playing on the back foot, letting the other team just swarm you. So Team Heretics, they hang on still. They take the lead. Aspas on that operator, though, off the back of that save. They kept those Sheriffs, the Outlaw, so that he could afford this and put a stop to Benji's shenanigans. Right now, Benji, thinking twice about if he wants to move up or not, but finally he puts that cage. He can pop that at any moment in time in the round just to cause a shroud of doubt. But these players getting spotted here. It's only 2 defenders on this A site right now. If Team Heretics chooses right now to hit, to strike, that's it. LEV need to fall off.
King and Com, they're trying to stand their ground, trying to hold the site, and maybe that's why. Oh, King beheads Woot! Tries to dip away in time, but the plant is in. A trade of space and the site. Time on their side. Miniboo, Boo, and Benji. Oh, but Miniboo, careful. He was completely vulnerable towards CT then, but they're so focused towards that retake through tower.
So far away. Aspas has the operator, and King has 11 HP. They're so split, and the time's running
They're ahead
low.
of the wall here. This double stack is hard to handle. How do you break this? What do you have? The second they try and drop, they might be dead. They might be brought down, dragged down. Desperate try from Dex and Mazzino, and now it's just Boo. But time is ticking, and Boo just has to play to the clock. He has to play it properly.
Wait.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
You gotta get in there. You gotta stop shooting the thing and get in. Ah, he's out of box. Why? Just run in. Call a timeout. Call attack. Coach, that is your IGL. These are the decisions your IGL is making right now. You're on attack side. You need to what is this?
Oh my god.
This is the lower bracket finals. The winner of this series goes to the grand finals of champs.
That is unforgivable. You know he's going to be kicking himself. Does that affect him going forward? No timeout called.
We're about to find out.
Think it's a mistake, that's fine. I don't think that is acceptable, but as it stands, Lev, hey, you saw the smile. You don't often get given those. You thought you were dead to rights.
Bro.
I know. Refocus.
You or them?
Everyone. 8-8. You don't get given those often. You really don't. Not at this caliber.
They're going to use Cosmic Divide. You can see the pings on the map. That's the line that they're going to draw. Boo across the map. He has that gravity well to play that post plant. He's going to be able to come in from the back lines, get that timing flank. He needs to make sure he's not too slow on it this time. He has been in the past. Team Heretics moving up through middle. Getting spotted. Miniboo taking damage, losing some of those daggers in that Blade Storm. But still, they want to commit to this play. They still have that Cosmic Divide to make it work. LEV split across the map. 3 players towards this mid-A defense right now. The decision to peel away from that B position from Boo. Benji. All the way in that smoke. And here comes the mid-split. Here comes the wall. And here comes the hit. This shock is going to destroy Woot.
Though. Miniboo still actually managed to get away unscathed, but it's Benji to fall first, trying to make it through from main. Aspas patrolling on the back of the site. Decides he felt that pressure. Didn't want to stick around too long, but with a 10-second plant, they're going for this now. Waiting, Miniboo, knives are there. Counter ult are going to come in, try and make this site almost unlivable on. Leviathan change their approach, looking up towards tower. 2 towards CT, Com being one of them. Trying to take strides and takes down Rienz. Oh, what a follow-up! Perfect shot. They are clearing house. Leviathan are here to play.
Leviathan putting up that flawless round here to put an end to Team Heretics. That's 2 rounds in a row for Lev right now, and just getting his feet caught as that smoke comes down. You'll see a lot of Omen players choosing to place that smoke a little bit higher up that will fall down, and if it's in the faces of their opponents, that means that the opponent can't see anything, but half their body is exposed. And now, here comes the timeout on this gun round for Team Heretics. Round 18, 8-9. They're trailing by 1. They've been good on their 5-man death ball attacks. They have good ultimates to use on this as well. They know Aspas has that operator out, and it seems like A's been working. They've been playing these post plants really well, denying the ability for Lev to come out of the choke points. It's been working so well for Team Heretics. Yes, they only have 1 attack round at the moment, but if they stick to their guns, like, you have to keep in mind, the only reason why Lev picked up these last 2 rounds was because Boo shot all his bullets into a cove instead of just running in and killing the player. This could be Team Heretics 10-8 up, putting Lev on eco, 11-8, closing out, and going to the grand finals.
It reminds me of this situation. Fnatic Sentinels, once upon a time, a flash going astray, and it all suddenly crumbles.
A mystical flash, perhaps?
Something like that. The difference 1 round can make. The question is, So they have the wherewithal. They have the ability to bound back. And it's hard when it's an IGL. It's incredibly hard to then pick yourself back up after making a mistake. But these mistakes, at this point, cost you so damn much. Now, ults to be used, a buy in hand. They have everything they could ask for here.
And it looks like B is the target Team Heretics wants to hit. Thrash and play. Cosmic Divide if they want it. They want to go towards Tex, but it's fine. They have that Mosh to flush him out of that back position where he's currently standing.
I don't know, Tex. He's been scaring the life out of me. This man
Don't hit your teammate, though.
A monster. He's still looking for a victim. He's found a couple of players. I told you, you got to be careful going towards his site. Takes down his opposing number, but it is traded. They've now got their foot in the door. The site is under Heretics' control. But it's been these post plants they've been struggling on. Actually, the parent. Wait, that felt a little out kilter. Well, the timing maybe a little bit off there.
Aspas is still in their spawn where they buy.
This feels disjointed. Mazzino can still make it hurt. It's not like it may not work, but still play together. Ooh. Play as three, play as the team. And they're doing that. Com set up for success. Now down to Aspas and Com to try and work this back through. Rienz and Woot on the site. An isolated fight. He takes it with both hands, leaving Aspas to try and fight. And he does. Punishes Woot in the back. There's no running away from this. Face your fears, but Rienz was a god on this map. And he needs to show him how it's done. Show his composure. Show how good he can be in Aspas. His hand is forced as Rienz keeps Heretics alive now.
Aspas only fakes. He never commits that first stick. Rienz knows this. He is so good in these clutch moments. He knows the ins and outs of who he's against and how they're going to play. And these opening kills, I see the LEV, the version of them that we saw in Sunset, where on this round, he's running out, he's trying to 1v5, then it's the next person, then it's the next person. Again, here, Aspas has that operator coming from A site, and again, one's on the drone, one's running out, they're taking a fight, another trickles out. LEV, you need to keep it together right now. No more mistakes. Again, oh my god, Hunter's Fury on Rienz, Cosmic Divide, the 5-man death ball, 3 to defend this time, and the wall's up in time to stop this. Stars placed. But not oh, okay.
Okay, here's the divide, here's the Hunter's Fury. Rienz sending that from far away. Miniboo's already been caught up. King, Com, together, holding the line this time. It's only Woot to be able to make it through. He's the only one still on site here. The other two slightly disconnected, but the plant is in. Aspas, Tex, and Com have to navigate their way back through, but look how far away Tex was.
One shock, Mosh, and potentially a gravity well.
Wait.
But the flank is coming in. Com knows that they're going to play for this retake from back here. Com needs to pick the perfect time. It needs to be after the spike is tapped from Aspas. They need to use a cloud burst. Tap that spike. Draw their...
Oh, the timing. Corbin, Com, Lee, the difference maker for LEV. Boo trying to hold on. Oh, he's taking him down for the trade. For the time.
He's got it.
He's got the time. The back line was broken.
He's got it.
He's got it. Com, these flanks, his timings have been spot on.
I got nervous for a brief moment when he target prioritized the man with the dart out instead of the second player. If he had target first Woot, then switch to Rienz, would have made his life a little bit easier there. But getting that dart off, getting that scan off. Normally, Com's been caught in these positions. Oh man, Com's been caught in these positions before where he pulls out his utility as soon as he gets one kill and he gets caught in the open with his utility out. This time though, he gets that dart off, and because he gets that dart off, yes, he loses his life, but Aspas closes it out, gets that round, and LEV back in the lead.
And the impact from that round, look at the damage it's done to their money. Just one rifle on Miniboo. That's all. Couple, maybe a sheriff for Benji. This one could hurt. And Aspas trying to prove a point. Tries to get in their face.
He got scared away from that Vandal. He has that Outlaw. None of these players have enough health to tank a shot. Aspas can deal with them all, basically, one tap central. But right now, the split from Team Heretics, there's...
I mean, the tide could be turning.
This is just a ruse, a diversion.
I mean, the spike's still in
mid.
Like
Benji versus King.
Slowly and steadily, a little bit of a fight here, but the angle far better for King. Showing dominance now, LEV. The spike is still in spawn, so this never felt like it had much intention behind it. Miniboo. Only one really with the Vandal to play with for the Heretics side, but we can take a second here to an extent. There's always a bit of a threat, but as it stands, LEV are taking the momentum back in their favor. You can feel this turning around, and these players know what it's like to hold that Champions Trophy. You don't want to miss out on it. You saw Com fighting tooth and nail for that there. They've got themselves a plant, but I think LEV know where they're going.
2 versus 5. Miniboo with that Vandal. But Woot, how much he can do.
I ever tell you the story of the Miniboo basically 1v5? Woot only had a classic. It's a crazy story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It happened on round 20?
I can't quite remember, but we'll find out soon enough. Miniboo, it was the timing that he went for the swing. It wasn't this round, actually. It was a different round. But now Woot, I mean...
Another flawless one.
Yeah.
But
perfect.
Again, like a few of these rounds, the last 5 or 6 rounds or so have been these low econ rounds for Team Heretics. They haven't, it's all off the back of that lost round from Boo. Everything else has been from that moment onwards. And right now, I mean, some of these rounds come all the way down to the wire, right? 3v3, Com got the flank off. It came down to Boo narrowly, 1.5 seconds that Aspas got that defuse. There's been a lot of retake rounds towards B, towards A. We haven't seen mid explored all too often here. It makes me question what that last round was. Was it to get information? Was it to cause chaos and try to find an opening to make it expensive? Or what was Team Heretics' idea in that last round? Because you're probably not thinking you're winning that round.
No.
But maybe getting a feel for what LEV setups are to test the waters so that they can make a plan
with that
here.
said, I mean, King's walking middle on you. They're already doing things that maybe they wouldn't have expected. Boo was just walking up towards B. I think this is when this becomes kind of getting them back with their head in the game. It feels like it's slipping away from them here, at least in this map. And the reverse sweep conversation does start at that point. But, I mean, it's early days to discuss a reverse sweep. They've just taken the lead. But it's momentum here, and this is a mental game between these two.
Keeping in mind, Sunset had a pretty similar score. It got to round 21, instead of 9-11, it was 10-10, and then Heretics, they were able to bring it back from a 10-12 back into overtime, and then they ended up winning from that moment. So here, I could see definitely this making an impact and them going the distance here. But it comes down to this round. This is really the last real chance Team Heretics has to make this work. They have that Thresh. They have that 5-man death ball. They have that read that they want to go against Tex. Tex has only been good for 1 on these defenses. Team Heretics has been winning the post plants here, except for that round where Com got that flank 2-man kill.
See the crowd now starting to cheer for LEV. The owners getting the crowd on their side.
Aspas.
Maybe this pulls him into attention, up and over, another attempt. He's not landing the shots here. Forced away. We can see Tex fancies it, confidence brimming. Oh my God, Mazzino saves him in that one. Got a little too close for comfort. But they're left in talent here, Heretics. They're down in Boo and Woot. They don't have any safety. They don't have any real security on the side. They've got nowhere to work from. They've been forced away. Leviathan with a stranglehold on this game. It's gorgeous to witness. We need a 1v3. Not gonna happen with Aspas doing that.
Leviathan with that, get to 12, they get the map point, and this would be the start of a reverse sweep. Team Heretics still, they have good ultimates. It seems like they're getting some Vandals in the equation. It seems like when they have that Thrash, it's been always exec A, exec B with that Thrash. Here, they decided to save it. They have it. Again, if they need it here, they have that Cosmic Divide. I thought they were going to use it about 6 rounds ago. They still haven't used it. And LEV put a stop to the bleeding. Yes, they're defending kind of like one at a time, but now they're moving out a little bit better spacing. We saw this wall.
But look at it, look at the pacing. They're already pushing middle.
Spotted.
I love this though. I like that they're just putting Heretics back under the gun time and time again.
But Heretics in these moments have stalled. They paused. Now they decide they're going to move up Rians through the smoke. That is so unlucky for him.
It happens. It's the way it goes. Com does get detained, so maybe there's a chance, but Mazzino, can he keep him secure? Does he want to try and maybe protect his friend, protect his teammate? Right now it's King doing the best he can. Oh, King! Decimating Heretics, leaving Boo to face the music. His mistakes earlier coming back to haunt him as he's watched this game slip away. And the chance truly beginning. The opportunity for the reverse sweep now becomes a reality as it's 13-9. The Vibes are not down, they're not out, they're still in this.
It's in moments like these, you hope that you have been pacing yourself for the full 5 maps. Because right now, if Team Heretics is out of energy, trying to close that in 3, they're in for a rude awakening. Lotus is the next map, and Heretics has not looked strong in it all event. This is LEV's moment to be able to go for the reverse sweep.